Kind of impressed. Maybe we should let it go on. You just comes up and slaps me upside the head. Okay. I'm saying, why do two queens need to compete with each other? I'm here for all women. Why are you looking at me like that, Bird? Bird? Put down the scythe. Bird! Bird! Welcome back, y'all. My name is AJ, and I'm here to yap about Higurashi When They Cry Kai, Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. I am once again joined by my straight man, Griffin. Say hello, Griffin.
Howdy.
We finished the
I'm
prologue.
actually, yeah, I'm actually into it now. We can get into the.
He hates women and their tragic backstories.
I do a lot.
He's looking at Takano like, why is she complaining? God, I have to do this.
All women to do is complain. But no, yeah, I've been waiting for this part of it. Everyone knows what it is.
Alright, so we're past the prologue. Takano and Hanyu have declared their beef match. So, let's go. Welcome to the world of Higurashi Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. So we'll be able to recreate the story from Hanyu's point of view. Your objective is to create the June 1983 ideal to you. You will need to collect many different fragments to make that possible. However, Takano's conviction is very strong. To overturn it, you will need a lot of effort and a lot of fragments. I'm warning you right now, it's a slow and painful process. Hanyu went through it for over 100 years, and she has to stop and give in to fate. Defeating Takano's conviction will not be easy. The trial in this world puts you through as much pain as Hanyu had to endure. You may surrender just like Hanyu did after being emotionally worn down by the constant repetition of worlds woven by countless fragments. When you feel like surrendering, you can end the game at any time. But if you do, the world revolving around your friend's fate will be limited to the Onikakushi through Minegoroshi. By forgetting about this world and uninstalling its product, you'll finally accept death, just like Rika did. Your ideal June 1983 can be created by putting together 50 fragments that are scattered all over this world. To connect these fragments together, you need the right ones. There are 50 of them, which may be dizzying, you just repeated that. However, this world isn't that merciless. To ease your pain, there'll be a little hope for you. When you choose the wrong pieces, the only ally here will give you a sign that it's not time to put those fragments together. As long as the sign remains, you won't be able to connect them. You might as well go look for different ones. After you put other fragments together, you might be able to connect the ones you couldn't put together earlier. What happens, she'll let you know. Is that voice from Chapter 7 still somewhere around here in the void? Burn! Burn, are you there?
Yeah, she's around.
I smell plum
Somewhere.
juice. Maybe I don't want her around right now. Let's put those fragments together, then you'll be able to join the other ones too. When you connect all 50, they'll become one big fragment. There you'll find your ideal June 1983. That's when the long-awaited Matsuribayashi will begin. Before you peek at each fragment, why don't you line up all 50 of them first? Most require other fragments, so only a few you can actually look at. Let's try and find those first. To see the conditions for connecting fragments, just point the cursor at them. Before anything else, let's find one you can look at without any conditions. It'll be an extremely long and difficult trial. Let me tell you again, Hanyu challenged this for over 100 years and gave up on it. If you believe in miracles the same way your friends do, if you don't live in the world where they live, if you believe in them, welcome. Welcome to the world of Higurashi Chapter 8, Matsuribayashi. In this world, you'll be tested to see if you believe in the world that Rika and the others believed in. A miracle only happens when everyone combines their strength. The June 1983, created by Takano, is nearly indomitable. She gathered many people whose powers are beyond the average person to her side, her backers being at the center of her national sorority. Yeah, she got a lot of fucking clout. Worked her ass off for years. Kind of impressed. Maybe we should let it go on. You just comes up and slaps me upside the head. Okay. I'm saying, why do two queens need to compete with each other? I'm here for all women. Why are you looking at me like that, Bird? Bird? Put down the scythe. Bird! Bird! Ah!
Oh, yeah. Alright.
Even if 100 dice all rolled once, there wouldn't be a chance to defeat her. In other words, a miracle is the only way forward. Miracle happens only when everyone combines their strength, and you are one of them. Are you ready? I'm more than ready. The key to this long journey is not to pressure yourself too hard. Well, let's take it at a light pace. I'll work while drinking my usual wine. Oh, hey Burn, now you're here.
Hello.
That was the narrator, and now we're... That was the game guide, and now we're next to Burn, okay. Shall we begin? We have all the time in this world. Alright, episode over. Bye, guys! You've tamed new fragments. Griffin.
Hmm?
Why am I suddenly playing a video game?
Alrighty. So, you remember episode 8?
Of a chapter of Umineko?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Yeah. This is the precursor.
Is this... Are you talking about... Cut the recording for a second! Beep!
Like,
Resuming the recording.
the first
Beep!
one.
Okay. So... Is it gonna be longer than that thing we just talked about that please don't mention in detail because I don't feel like doing more editing than I have to?
Yes,
Okay.
it is actually longer. I would say longer. Yes.
Okay, I'm actually, this is pretty exciting.
With a catch. Well, kind of the same catch. Just like before, you want to do it in one try.
Dude, you know how long I struggled to get that one in one try?
Because in this one, it actually matters.
Okay.
The only way to get the true end of Higurashi is to do this in one try. So you will need to make a save, yes. A backup save.
Okay, so we're looking at fragments here. Are they from, are they direct scenes from past chapters, or is they new scenes?
No.
Okay.
These are all new scenes.
These are all just random scenes in the 100 years Hanyu and Rika have been here.
Exactly. And you have to put them in order that they happen.
Okay. I can look at them first, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, okay. Shit, there's 7 pages. Is this actually 50? 1, 2,
Yes,
3.
it's actually 50.
Okay, look, there are fragments of other chapters here as well. Tatari Goroshi, Maikashi.
Yep.
The game board must be set up. A fragment Onikakushi chapter is required. An invitation to the end. June 19th.
Yeah, sometimes you will try to... So if you try to play one that is not available yet, that will count as a fail.
Griffin, how am I going to edit these videos now? How am I going to stop and insert these? I've lost... We're non-linear.
I don't know, this is going to be a very difficult one to edit, honestly. A very long edit.
Okay, so...
Okay, I should also say that you will not be able to get the true ending until after you have finished Chapter 8. That is a prerequisite.
Huh?
You will need to reload this chapter, or this part, to do it again after the end of Chapter 8 to get the true ending.
¿Por qué, señor?
Hmm?
But why?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know.
Okay, alright.
Well, I do know. There's a very good reason why, but
Hi, Satoshi.
So, yeah.
Okay, so we can...
So I just got to find ones that are available already. They don't have a...
Okay. You know what? We're gonna read the descriptions of all of these first. C-103 dose experiment. Satoko Hojo's detailed test result is required. Kyosuke Irie's decision is required. H-170. The discontinuation of Satoko Hojo's dissection plan is... what plan?! Irie's motive to become a doctor is required. A red capsule. The 3rd year curse of Oishiro-sama is required. That is, the death of Rika's father, right? The death of her parents.
Story?
The third year of Furishido-sama's curse. That's because mother and father died. Hello? Yeah, Griffin. First was the four men. Second was Satoko's parents. Third was Rika's parents. Fourth
second was Satoko's parents?
Yeah, second was Satoko's parents.
That they were third. Okay.
Then it was Satoshi, disappearance and the aunt's death, and then what year? It's the 5th year, right?
This is the 5th year.
Yeah, and then the 5th year is this. The third year of Furishido-sama's curse. I'm just scared to like click them and get something wrong. Will it give me a?
Well, you will know whenever it's available because you know it's like it will just have no prerequisite.
L5 station, the Queen carriers the death of Satoko Hojo's aunt is. I need to get like a fucking notepad out now. How about a OneNote? An electronic app sounds probably better to do this than a physical written one.
Yeah.
I did solve that thing in episode 8. First try. You saw me.
Oh, and I'm gonna take a little bit of credit here. I'm gonna plug myself and
Nova.
Wait, what?
You gonna plug yourself and?
No, I'm gonna plug myself and like how cool I am because fun fact, I helped with this. At least it's a small contribution here. And I mean, as far as the 07th mod, the translations for the hints here in the older version or the original, well, not the original, like the manga gamer version, official English translation, were so fucking bad. People regularly could not figure out how to make it like work, or like what should be chosen next.
I did the thing in episode 8 without any hints, by the way. You remember that, right? First try, no hints. I almost wanted to kill myself at one point, but that's besides the point.
No, yeah, but this I'm talking about like the Higurashi fragment hints here were so poorly translated in the official English release that people could not figure it out. So after I finished the game, I did actually help contribute to the 07th mod repo to change some of the translations with the help of somebody else to make them more easily understandable and actually, well, like more accurate. Really, is because some of them were just a bad translation.
First sacrifice, second one, third.
So I take a little bit of credit there.
Credit given. The death of Satoko Hojo's aunt is required. Dam construction operation. This fragment is required first. Okay, that means that's something I can go to, right?
Yep.
Aquari Ayagochi, his carrier, the queen carrier must be willing to participate. Stress of the mother. Oh my god, Griffin, I wasn't expecting anything like this!
Yeah, I see her.
Assessing a system from a queen. This research needs to happen to have a hit its first snag. Instructions for kidnapping operation the minister's grandson required. A bat to beat her to death is required. Death of Satoshi's aunt. An execution order of the third year curse is required. A declaration of war from Oishi is required. An accident at Shikawaga Park. Satoshi Hojo's sister must refuse his visit at the clinic. Satoshi Hojo's sense of responsibility as a big brother is required. A murder with a disembodied body. Repetitive apologies are required. I've got to make a Higurashi episode.
Yes.
I have
You
to.
gotta make it like all the events starting from, what is it, 1978?
When is our starting point when the dam murder happened?
Yes, the start of the 5 years.
Of 5 years. Start of the 5-year curse.
Wait, start of 5 years?
Yeah,
whatever the clinic opened, whatever.
Oh, the clinic opened.
I think that it's about also the same time.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, they didn't give me exact time frame when the clinic opened. I assume it's probably not. I don't know. I wish they gave me a year.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We can assume it's around the same time that the murder happened.
Okay, it's around the same time as the dam. Well, everything starts in the dam project, so we start there, and I've got to understand Higurashi to make Higurashi.
Yeah.
Is this like the entire chapter or?
No.
Okay, only a small part.
Yep.
Questing assistance from a queen. Researching his first stat.
I mean, it's about half of the chapter is this.
Okay, it's not
it.
like this. The thing in episode 8 that was like small in the relative grand scheme.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why the prologue was like that, to give you like normal experience, a normal like, all right, give this to you. Stress about queen. The research result of that is that Creator Queen must be willing to participate. Damn construction. Repetitive policies required. Okay. Back to be their death. EDA's background. EDA's reminiscence required. The fragment is required first. EDA. Routine inspection. Takano, can you wear something less evil? No. Okay. Prior consent for collection of cerebral fluid is required. Disappointment. The death of Koizumi-sensei is required. The old guy. The death of the damn construction manager is required. Tomitake. Is required first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fred's high fever. Slight fever is required. Deja vu. Completion of the medicine of C117 is required. A roll of 1. A bottle of wine for a toast is required. Jiro Tomitake's promise is required. The draft of an emergency manual is required. The emergency manual, that's the one that said kill everyone, right?
Yeah.
A local explanatory meeting. This fragment is required first. Rika, depression of a Shinto priest. Rika and Satoko shopping trip is required. The Shinto priest contacting the EDA institution is required. Suffering from Big Brother. Rock candy as a treat is required. Satoko Hojo's detailed test result is required. Footsteps of the 4th year. Satoshi Hojo's awareness of his sins is required. The forgiveness of Ren Erigu's sins is required. A notice of leave of absence. Satoshi Hojo's part-time job is required. Footsteps following Hojo, Satoshi are required. Satoshi Hojo. Oh, okay. Yay! More Satoshi stuff! The Hojo siblings. Conflict with the Hojo family, the Sonozaki family is required. The self-introduction of Asako Hojo is required. Man, why couldn't you guys have a different syllable in your name? Maibara Keiichi. The tea set in the veranda being put away is required. Ichiro Maibara inspecting a vacant lot is required. Formation of a club. Right! Some fragments Keiichi never even shows up.
Mm-hmm.
And if Keiichi never shows up, it's game over. There's no hope.
No way.
There
was no way.
Satoshi Hojo's awareness of his sins is required. The mysterious death of the Furede couple is required.
In that case, Rika just jumps off the bridge. Because she didn't show up.
Don't blame her. It's like, no Keiichi. So no Keiichi? You win. The Ryugu family's move. Watermelon from the Sonozaki family is required. Preview of a loss for sale. The Ryugu family move is required. The 4th year's curse is required. Red capsule. Red Ryugu. Red capsule is required. Sonozaki Mion. Strawberry milk candy is required. Hojo Satoko. This fragment is required first. Furede Rika. The conflict with the Hojo Sonozaki is required first. June 1983. The revenge of Miyotokuno is required. Maibara changing schools is retired. An invitation to the end. A raw sea train and vitamin A are required. A big teddy bear is required. She needs moral support. Fragment of a Himatsubushi. Which shit? What was that one again? That's chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. A fragment of Onikakushi. So that's chapter 1. Sumi Horoboshi.
So these will be the last ones you watch.
Okay. Watanagashi, chapter 2. Mayakashi 5. Tatori Goroshi. Okay, so a fragment of then this is the last piece.
And that's the one. Yep.
A fragment of Minagoroshi.
You gotta set up everything before these, watch those 7, and then you can go into the chapter.
So we're gonna be taking elements from each of the 7 chapters to create the 8 chapters at the very end.
Yep.
What's the objective best case scenario that happens in each of those chapters? Like, just...
Well, what's the objective? What's the best setup to start the chapter? So that things, play out in chapter 8 the way that you want.
Well, for chapter 6, it would be Rena going to talk to her friends about her issues with her family, and instead of killing Rina, and then Satoshi, then Teppei. Chapter 2 was Keiichi giving Mion the teddy bear. Chapter 1 is Keiichi doesn't leave town. Chapter 3 is...
Yeah. Think about before, fucking day 1, when Keiichi comes back from the funeral.
Day one. Okay, so I can't alter anything. And for Onikakushi's case, you cannot alter anything before Keiichi returns to town.
Really, it's like before Rika wakes up.
Before Rika wakes up. And whenever
Yeah.
Rika wakes up is when we started a chapter, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's go with EDA first. Group physical examinations are meaningful for our research. So it's only for certain age groups, we can examine many of Hinamizawa's residents at the same time. Perfect cover for a research center. Also, because of several arrangements, we have a monopoly on the villagers' corpses, and can perform autopsies on them too. Dark. So it was an environment, this rich opportunity for those medical field. Each of these, like, fragments, they're not going to be that long, right? Each of these fragments
Some of them get long.
Huh?
Some of them get long.
Okay.
Not like super long, but yeah.
Our followers, the work of the late Dr.
That's
Clark.
mean.
The amount of data he compiled is absolutely stunning. He's truly a credible researcher.
失礼します、所長。
ああ、高野さん、お疲れ様です。
先ほど東京から残りの検査結果が郵送されてきました。こちらに置きますわね。
ありがとうございます。いよいよ面白くなってきましたね。
この面白さを共有できてとても嬉しいですわ。
Takano sells my assistant who was sent from the self-defense force. But she's far from the image I have of an SDF officer. Like her research is being concealed. Maybe her identity is concealed too. I'm sure her name is an alias as well. Nah, bitch, that's my actual fucking name. That's my soul name. Oh. She's a pipeline to her clients in Tokyo, my assistant. As well as a researcher who is an expert in Hinamizawa syndrome. Existence is absolutely necessary here. The more I think of it, the more I feel like this Takano Institute rather than the EDA Institute, and she should have been the director. But that will be explained to me when they ask to take the position. I want a civilian to manage this place. They searched for a person who met the requirements, and there it was. I became the director. I feel I have a puppet on their strings. But I won't just sit here and do nothing. I was asked to research a rare disease. I'm a researcher. So of course, I'm excited about that. My client goals might be different, but I'm here to out desire to unravel the mysteries of Hinamizawa syndrome and be the first person to uncover a new mystery for mankind.
ひなみざわ症候群という寄生虫感染症がほぼ間違いなく存在するという浮かし彫りの情報はいくらでも集まるのに原因となる病原体が発見できないのはとても悔しいですね。
そうですわね。電子顕微鏡を使えばあっさりと見つかるだろうという期待も少しはしていたもので。
Rice was too small to see a regular microscope, so the invention of the electronic microscope was the dramatic advance in the world of medicine. And however expensive, there's no noble doctor to acquire one. The late Dr. Takano said an electron microscope could find the cause of disease, but it seems it's serious proven wrong. Even Takano-san was hoping an electron microscope would find it. She was disappointed when she didn't cover anything after the autopsy she performed. Our research seems to have its first snag. It was actually stalled out for our work several weeks now, so we need to think about where to go from here.
Toなると極小の極小なのか。
Thinking about it, Griffin. Okay, I guess.
Yes.
I was like, do we even know for 100% sure that Hinamizawa syndrome is 100% real? I'm like,
I'm sorry.
I guess we do.
Say again?
If I was thinking like, do I know for sure that Hinamizawa syndrome is 100% real? I'm like, yes, but maybe there's stuff to it that we just don't realize yet. Cause like, I was thinking like everything. Because, like, let's take Chapter 7 out of my mind. Let's take all of Higurashi out of my mind. Imagine if I just sat down and did the prologue to Chapter 8. Nothing has proven that Hinamizawa syndrome is real. This is just a theory. Right?
True.
But
True.
we know that under the paranoia, but I guess Takano could Let's just, I'm gonna pinpoint that head. I'm gonna keep that pin in my head. Is Hinamizawa syndrome even real? Because they have medicine to treat it, so that means but like...
あるいは検体そのものに問題があるのかもしれません。
と
Thing
申
is,
します
they do have blood tests.
They do have blood tests, and they did say that they needed Rika and Satoko to be alive to get some progress.
例えばですが、野生のネズミの体に
It's just
多
just
数
putting
の
a
ノ
pin
ミ
in
が
that
寄
thought.
生していることはご存知と思います。ですが、ネズミの死体を調べたところでノミを見つけることはできません。
I have an entire fucking nose page.
宿主が死んだ時点で寄生虫であるノミの生活基盤も崩壊するからです。
宿主が死ねば寄生虫にとってそれは地球が滅んでしまうのと同じことというわけですわね。
そうです。
I mean, that's
滅びた後の地球を調べても人類を見つけることができないのと同じです。
ということは滅ぶ前の地球を調べればよいという話になりますわね。
そうですね。ただ滅ぶ前の地球には人権があります。生きているうちに調べることは難しいでしょう。
they may limit human brain. No matter how well you sugarcoat it, it bore a very grave meaning. From a medical standpoint, it's necessary. But we have rules and morals in this world. We have to advance medicine within such boundaries. There was a time when I was studying lobotomies for the betterment of mankind. I don't think I was wrong. You were kind of wrong. However, could I ever be forgiven under the idea of ethics? I don't know. One day my judgment will still be handed down by the devil. Whether I'm guilty or not, I have to accept it. As I reflect upon my past, I hear a voice. It was Takano-san. Very clear and simple, yet it struck me with surprise.
わかりました。滅ぶ前の地球を用意させましょう。
え？
I'm startled. Sometimes the phrase advancing medicine bore the whisper of the devil, tempting us to accept sacrifices. Here the devil will whisper.
そんなに難しいことではありませんわ。南沢の住民ですでに重篤の状態で市内病院に入院しており、いつ死んでもおかしくない患者を探させるだけですもの。
しかし、いくら余命いくばくとはいえ、自らの体を生きているうちに検体に差し出される勇気のある方がいらっしゃるでしょうか。
そんな必要はありませんわ。いずれ亡くなる方にほんの少し早くお休みいただくというだけの話ですわ。書類上ね。
Patient were legally declared dead, even though they're still alive. And if we perform an autopsy while they're still alive.
無理でしょう。第一、頭蓋を切開するような大手術となれば絶対に痕跡は残ります。遺体を遺族の方が見られたら不審に。
そういうところを何とかできるのが私どもではありませんの。山犬に至急条件を満たす患者が存在しないか市内病院を調べさせます。先生はお皿の前でナイフとフォークをお持ちになって待っているだけでいいんですわ。すぐに料理をお持ちいたしますから。
Mio Takano-san is my partner, there's no question about that. But I can't trust her. Her extremities as a researcher, which contrasts largely with mine. But are we so different? I'm here simply waiting with a knife and fork in my hands as she told me to do. I just don't want to witness such a gruesome scene, that's all. What she's preparing for me now is exactly what I want. She's the hypocrite. Not her. It's me. How can I say I'm different on what I've done in the past? I've performed lobotomies without the patient's consent despite it being surgery that might affect her life forever. How is that different than what she's doing? Never doubted my past achievements. However, when I look at her, I start to feel unease. Takano-san is talking to Okanogi-san in the intercom in my office. I'm sure she's telling him to come over so she can explain to him what was just discussed. I'm watching without stopping her. and to reflect upon my past. Remember why I chose to become a doctor. On my past, why I became a doctor. Release my cringe inhibitors. Okay, so now that's blue.
Then he starts making like pedo jokes.
EDA's background. Reminisce. I've become a doctor ever since I was little. Doctors make a lot of money. People look up to doctors. I think those are the reasons I had. So when I played with my friends, I always acted like a doctor. Cleaned the wounds and applied ice packs with my friends when I learned from the house book medical books. Everyone including me believed that I'd be a doctor one day. My family was poor, so they raised me for that goal. They told me that I need to study a lot to become a doctor, so they borrowed some pseudo-medical books from the local library for me. The rental fees weren't cheap, so I would read one book in a day. The next day, my parents would go back to the store and exchange it for a different book. They accidentally borrowed a book they already borrowed before, so by doing so, my parents borrowed 2 books for the price of 1. Of course, now I know those books are rather useless, but they were highly motivational just the same. My neighbors called me Dr. Kiryose-kun, and I was always picked in class for the health officer at my school. Even my teachers helped me with the classes I needed to become a doctor. Of course, in reality, becoming a doctor isn't as easy as it may seem. I had to study digitally, and the path was most definitely rough. To become a doctor, one must attend college. Since my family was poor, I was told I wasn't allowed to go to an expensive private school. So I had to be admitted to a national public university. My grades weren't bad, but the admission rate to national public universities is very marginal. Which means I want to go to a medical school, my chances were even smaller. I studied like crazy. My only driving force was my childhood dream of becoming a doctor. The dream of becoming a doctor and to look up by everyone kept me going. And I was admitted. It wasn't at the top of the list, but I made it in. I was finally the starting point of making my childhood dream come true. My parents weren't thrilled. Were thrilled! Neither my father or my mother went to college, so they're proud their son began the public medical school. They invited relatives over to celebrate. Although it was a public university, tuition wasn't cheap, but they still had an extravagant celebration anyway. My father didn't express his emotions much. He always kept his straight face. He rarely voiced his opinion, so took on initiative for anything. Mother took care of everything. He showed up at last and left without saying a word. He was typically stern and silent Japanese father of the time. That's why I was surprised to see him shedding tears of joy, and I cried along with him. He went around to all my relatives while repeatedly slapping my back, saying how proud and lucky I were to have a son like me. He bragged about my achievements to all who would hear them. The celebration became my farewell party as I learned about to leave for Tokyo. My father yelled, "Banzai!" repeatedly at the station as the train pulled away. I was a little embarrassed. But I could no longer see my father. I could clearly recall the tears pouring down. The days of hellish study and exams begin after that. Some days I was tempted to just give up and submit myself to the lavish lifestyle of the city. But the letters from my family always encouraged me to give me the strength to go on. My dream then was to open my own clinic in my hometown so I can contribute to the region. I never dreamed of getting involved with brains. One day I noticed a difference in a letter from my family. The letter said the unusual things how I was home and asked how I was doing. But the postscript was what caught my attention. Your father's become really violent lately. Sometimes he turns the house upside down. I don't know what to do. I just couldn't picture him acting viciously. I was extremely surprised. Did something happen? But in the postscript, my mother said there was nothing she could think of. My mother and father have been together for a long time. They've been together since before I was born. She did things that I couldn't. She couldn't even think of a reason why my father became so violent. What happened? We got along so well. They were such a lovely couple. When I caused a problem for my mother when I was little, my father bonked me on the head with his knuckle. I was acting this way towards my mother. Only bonked. I'm guessing, like, bap! Not actual. Ugh! Well, but in a year. Maybe I could have a good talk with him then. But the situation is a lot more serious than I thought. One cold winter day, I found my apartment door unlocked. I thought somebody had broken in, but I found my mother in my apartment with her luggage. That's right. My mother could no longer take my father's spirit and came to stay with me. Well, it was back when people still believed in the proverb, a woman has no place to settle down all her life. She can go back to her own family because they lived in the same region as my father, so she came all the way to Tokyo. I heard about my father's violence from my mother's own lips. She cried, saying she had no idea why such a quiet man changed like that. She said she wasn't ever going back to him. I didn't know what to do. I asked her if she could talk to him once more, but the bruise on her body told me it was no use. To remember what happened afterwards is too much, so I'll be brief. After my mother left, my father thought she was having an affair and went over to the neighborhood's house with a wooden sword. He was arrested. He was released immediately, but he assumed someone in the neighborhood was hiding her, so he did the same thing repeatedly. He eventually reached the point of getting into fights with anyone he saw. In the end, he picked a fight with some young punks and ended up being beaten to death. My relatives gave my father a decent funeral, but my mother didn't attend. So he was being a dead horse. So nobody said anything negative of my father, but everyone was simply puzzled at why he changed so much. What I heard from my relatives about my father's final days was less strange than I heard from my mother. My mother only told me about his sudden rage and violence. My relatives told me. He also laughed and grew sad. Apparently, he displayed several sudden fluctuations of emotions, especially so in his last years. Told me he started to complain about headaches after an accident he had. My father was a construction worker. He had hit his head on the hard during an accident at work. He regained his consciousness quickly and seemed fine. But since the accident, he started to have headaches and behave abnormally. I sensed the connection between the accident and my father's changes, so I talked to my professor after I went back to Tokyo.
断言はできませんが、その様子から入江君のお父さんに何らかの異常が起こっていた可能性は否めません。その事故の際に脳が傷つき、精神的な変化を起こしたのかもしれませんね。お父さんの晩年の言動からは、そんな患者さんに多く見られるいくつかの症状が伺えます。
Human behavior is created by the brain. The brain is damaged and can cause erratic behavior. In other words, my father wasn't crazy. He was suffering from a disorder.
お父さんの遺体を検視できるなら、脳をよく調べてみるといいでしょう。ひょっとすると、腫瘍のようなものが見つかるかもしれません。
My father already been cremated. So there's no way of knowing. But hearing about his behavior, I knew for sure. That was the only way to explain why such a quiet and gentle man would change. I tried to explain all this to my relatives to get my father's honor, but hardly anyone understood. His brain was damaged and he would have been dead. But he was alive and well. So the accident didn't damage his brain. It wasn't his brain that caused him to change, it was his mind. They simply brush it off like that. This is the perception most people have about the brain. They don't realize the mind and the brain are connected. Most of the relatives didn't believe me. But there was one person I really wanted to anyway. That was my mother. As she got older, she grew senile. She exaggerated the abuse she had to endure. All she did was criticize my father. And every time she ended up crying and lamented that she married him. They were a lovely couple. They were a great family. That's why I wanted to convey her to her. She was outstanding in the situation with my father. My father's brain behavior was caused by his brain damage. What he did to her was very sad, but he didn't want to be that way. I told her he wasn't at fault. But my mother didn't understand. Before she took her last breath, I begged her to forgive my father. Her final words were, "Please don't bury me next to that man." My father wasn't at fault. He was simply the victim of brain disorder. Don't complain to a person who's coughing because he has a cold. Because coughing is just a symptom he should have been sympathized with. In my father's case, the symptoms weren't as obvious as a cough. They took the form of changes of personality, which are much harder to recognize. If I had studied the brain more, I could have explained it better to my mother so that she could have understood him. Then he could have begun a nice couple again in heaven. When I realized that, I cried. And I also realized there were plenty of people like my father in this world, who are suffering from disorder, yet they are misunderstood and despised for it. And then I found out. An umbilical curve for such cord is called a lobotomy. Oh no. EDA, no! You have good intentions, but no! Don't go near the lobotomy! Get away from Bangle! Still alive, I could cure him myself, and he and my mother will reconcile. And that's the main reason why I am here. Man, that's fucked. Okay, Irai's background. Why I became my father had brain damage. I should probably save regularly, just in case. Hello?
Sorry, I forgot that I was muted.
Okay, something required EDA backstory. Skill character by character. The research into his first snag. Technically it has. That'd be acquired queen carrier. Okay. H17 has discontinued. Mode of becoming a doctor is required, so I'll leave a note there. H170 is locked behind this. But I don't have discontinued Satsuko Hojo's dissection plan. Onstead, research hits for a snag. So these are the hints, right? Like, that had to be rewritten?
Yes.
After we're done with this, you need to show me the original hints. Consent, death, kill me. Death. Fragments required first. Completion of C17 medicine. Rock candy. Fragment required first. Promise. Draft. Conflict. Fragment. Part-time job. Awareness. Sins. A lot to do with Satoshi. Hopefully our ideal 1983 is that he lives, but I won't get too carried away hoping. Fourth year. Red capsule. Fragment required first. Hojo. Formation the club. Ibata. Conflict. June 1983. Invitation to the end. And then, okay. Okay. So when it says, like, this fragment is required first, I can click on this, but, like, without disrupting anything, right? Or am I in trouble?
Wait, so, sorry, say it again?
Okay, so I've already activated these two fragments, right?
Yeah.
And this says this fragment is required first. Does that mean if I start this, I fuck everything up?
No. Yeah, yes. No, so there's multiple, like, I guess,
Chains?
there's multiple chains.
Okay, so
you can start this chain too.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so I can, as long as the prerequisite is cleared, it doesn't matter, like, if I'm, like, doing an entirely different other story, and then go back to another story.
As long as the prerequisite is fine.
So anything that says this fragment's required first, I'm safe, right?
Yeah, exactly. Those are safe.
Then that means I'm just gonna have to... Alright, keep track. Alright, so this one seems somewhat tangentially related to what we were talking about. This damn construction operation withdrawal. Construction operation withdrawal.
Yeah. 遅くなって申し訳ございません。
Sorry, I was thinking about how much I love lobotomies. I just love them, guys.
今日はどういうわけか 患者さんが多くて多くて。
I just wanna, like, you know, like, Tomitaki, come here, I wanna take a bite out of your frontal lobe.
お疲れ様です。入江兄さ
We're
ん。
having lunch right now. What?
Oh, you rather make me make the pedophile jokes? No, 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 no! Tomitaki stood up suddenly and saluted when he saw Irie come into the room.
ああ、そのニサというのはどうかやめてください。私は医者です。どうもその軍隊的な階級には馴染めません。せめて所長でお願いします。了解しました、入江所長。
Tomitaki, of course, knew that Irie didn't like to be called Lieutenant Colonel, so it was some kind of a joke. They laughed casually together. Well, we're starting to look rather fed up with it. She couldn't stand hearing the same joke over and over, and even thinking of talking about it. Like, guys, I'm sick of it. I'm fucking sick. I'm tired. She didn't want to hurt his feelings, so she simply never had the chance. Because she's how Tomitaki pronounces it, but she keeps saying Risa, Lieutenant Colonel in Japanese, Nisa. When she heard it, she kept hearing that Irie Risa every time Tomitaki said it. When Takano told Irie about it, he had a good laugh. Today was a simple meet and greet, and tomorrow was the actual meeting. They weren't going to arrive, but there would be more inspectors of Tokyo at the meeting waiting to hear about the progress that had been made.
それはそうと、ダムのことで村中が盛り上がってるみたいですね。
ええ、それはもう
Can you blame them?
村中大変な騒ぎですよ。私も役員として自治体の地元説明会に参加してきたのですが、土星と馬星のそれはもう賑やかな説明会となりました。
What?
At the basic Nimizawa Dam project was announced, the village was consumed with uproar. The government retracted the plans for concessions rather early on. They made their aggressive stance clear. They didn't want the locals to take advantage of them by showing their willingness to compromise. However, that backfired horribly. As the historical ties to the land, the government's actions only made their bonds stronger. Neither the government nor the locals wanted to back down.
ひなみ沢の人は気性が激しいですものね。やっぱり鬼の血が流れてるからなのかしら。
笑い事じゃないですよ。あの説明会に夜中まで付き合わされた方の身にもなってみてください。
それはお気の毒でしたね。
いや、本当に笑い事ではないですよ。富武さん、ダム計画はどうなってるんですか？本当にこの村はダム湖に沈められてしまうんですか？
それについては東京の方でも圧力をかけています。表向きは騒ぎになっていますが、実際の裏方ではかなり屋台骨がぐらついているはずです。
その圧力が早く効くといいんですがね。村は朝から晩まで賑やかで、村人の心もこのところ
And the more
進んできた
agitated
よ
the
うに思い
girl,
ま
the
す。
worse the
親
syndrome
切
can
に来る
become.
お年寄りに捕まってたっぷりと反ダム論争を聞かされる時がありますよ。
付き合わなければいいのに。入江所長は人がいいから。
そうもいきません。私は研究所の所長である以前に診療所の所長でもあります。話を聞くのもケアの一環ですので。
それはとても良いことです。感服いたします。
私は東京の皆さんがうまく圧力をかけてくれて、いずれはダム計画を撤回してくれるものと分かっているからいいですが、村人にとっては先祖代々から住んできた土地を追い出されかねないと本当にすごい騒ぎです。
立ち退けと言われても引っ越せるほどのお金もなく若さもなく、立ち退き保証金の額の釣り上げが狙いだったのかもしれないけど、急にお役所の態度が変わっちゃって全面衝突。こうなってしまったら穏便に決着というのは無理かもしれませんわね。
かつては保証金に納得して立ち退きに応じようという人たちも少しはいたんですが、御三家の園崎家が強硬意見で村人をリードしてましてね、国との対決姿勢を煽っているようなんです。凱旋者みたいなのがよく騒がしくしてますし、
Man, this damn project really just
ビラ
fucked
やら
up
チラシやら
everyone
機関士やらが
involved in
回
this
覧板と
whole
一緒に
plot.
よく回ってきますよ。
ここに住む人にとっては大変な問題ですからね。気持ちはわからなくもありません。
そういう意味では思惑は多少違うかもしれませんが、そんな皆さんのためにも このダム計画は
Yeah.
早く撤回になる
Sorry,
よ
I
う
help
交
with
渉を進めてほしいもの
cat
です
medicine.
撤回されればこの村も
Because like it
すぐ
was
に
part
落
of
ち着きのある
nobody's agenda.
元の村
Like
に戻るで
nobody
しょう
as in the main
もちろん分かってま
characters,
す。
main characters. So everyone's
それに
like,
つい
what
て
the
は
fuck,
東京の
man?
方で交渉を進めておりますので、もうしばらく私どもにお任せください。
東京の方で噂を聞いたんですけれど、建設省の方になかなかうまく圧力をかけられるコネクションがなくて苦労してるとか。
いやー私ごときでは詳しくは知りませんが、水面下調整がうまくいっていないのではという話も少し聞きます。
Have you tried kidnapping their son? Takano. Oh, look, I'm just saying it could work. Finding a way to put pressure on the minister of construction fell into the latter.
冗談抜きでダムができますからここを立ち退いてくださいなんて話には本当にならないんですわよね。
もちろんです。それだけは絶対に問題ありません。時間がかかっているだけですので、皆さんはどうかそこは任せて研究を進めてください。穏便に済ませることができない場合は、最終的な荒領事も辞さないことで意見はまとまっておりますので。
荒領事とは何ですか、富武さん。
そこは我々の領分です。入江所長は気にされなくて結構です。どうかお任せください。
そうですか。わかりました。よろしくお願いいたします。
大丈夫ですわよ、入江所長。ダム計画は絶対に撤回されますわ。だってそう決まっているんですもの。
Takano giggled. Tomitaka laughed too. However, Ide could understand what was so funny as he felt left out. He only understood the meaning of those drastic measures when he examined a young boy he'd never seen in the village before. Ah, so when that whole happened in chapter 4, he was like, fuck. I guess I know what I did now. Excuse me. Keyboard. Kidnap. Okay, there was a prereq I think that said first snag. The research needs to have his first snag. Instructions of kidnapping operation of the minister grandson. They weren't that in details. You know what? I'm gonna leave that be for now. Alright, let's Tomitaka. That sounds like a good place to start. Forecast there was a chance of rain in the evening, but I didn't think it would rain so hard. We decided to wait in an abandoned bus stop for rain clouds to clear.
ごめんよ、高野さん。
あら、いいのよ、気にしないで、次郎さん。私も土砂降りになるかもしれないことを覚悟の上で出かけたんだけど。
Takano giggled. Although she said the weather might change suddenly, I dragged her out here. Feels stupid making her come along and ending up ruining her precious day off. To go back to Tokyo tonight, so we were before I can return to Himbazawa. I don't want to spend my last day at a cheap hotel in Okonomiya, so I asked her to go for a stroll.
いや、本当に申し訳ない。
She teased me for a while, but only a little. She wasn't actually enjoying the plan to corner. Kind of communicating. I think I become captivated at heart. She's supposed to be nice to me. It's definitely not because she likes me personally. And here it made me a little depressed. Probably should think this slight fever I have is due to nothing more than a cold. But she was the type of person who made it clear when she dislikes something. She didn't say directly, but she used all kinds of indirect expressions that meant the same thing. Down here gets a little bit attracted to me. Shook my head as I frowned upon my selfish thoughts. Check out she knew what I was thinking. But my style trying to go right after that.
次郎さんも不思議な人ね。 東京ではさぞや女性にモテるでしょうに。なぜわざわざ私みたいなおかしな女に付き合ってくださるのかしら。
おかしななんてことはないよ。高野さんは十分魅力的だよ。むしろ僕みたいな男のために貴重な休日を割いてもらったのが申し訳ないくらいだよ。
確かに私はとても大切な研究のために生涯を捧げたつもりだけど、それだけ人生は潤いがないの。たまには頭を切り替えて遊ぶことも大事だし、それに異性とのコミュニケーションは脳の活性にもとてもいいんだから。
僕ごときで高野さんの頭の気分転換のお役に立ててるならいいんだけどね。
あなたは私と一緒にいても気分転換にはならない？
Getting an impatient smile that makes my heart skip a beat. Try hiding my embarrassment so she wouldn't notice even my ears glowing red.
そんなことないよ。僕も高野さんと一緒に過ごせるといろいろと気分転換になるよ。それにほら、高野さんに野鳥撮影のことを布教すれば僕も撮影の同志を得られるわけだしね。もしよかったら次に来るときは僕の古いカメラを持ってくるよ。買うと高いからね。
ありがとう。あなたを虜にする野鳥撮影がどれくらい楽しいのかぜひ教えていただけると嬉しいわ。ぜひ次の機会には野鳥撮影の散策にご一緒したいわね。じゃあ私自分では買わなくていいのかしら。
うん。僕のフルで少し挑戦してみて馴染めそうだったら新しいカメラを買う方がいいんじゃないかな。東京に戻ったら送るよ。
ありがとう。次に来てくださるときはぜひ私の写真の批評をお願いするわね。
うんどんな写真か楽しみだな。
きっと二郎さんみたいにはいかないわ。本当に初めてですもの。
This is wild. All I can do is blush and scratch my head. Being conceited. Can't help but think that Takano-san likes being with me. If it's mere flattery, I don't think she comes along this far. Oh no. Taking women's reality seriously is a mistake I always make. She didn't assume that she's attracted to me.
そういえばこうして二郎さんと二人きりでゆっくりおしゃべりをするのは初めてね。
そうだね。いつも所長とか他の研究員の人とかがいたりするからね。
私あなたのことを全然知らないの。あなたが東京でどんな仕事をしているかとか、今までどんなことをしてきたのかとか、自衛隊ではどんな活躍をされているのかしら。
昔ちょっとだけ教官の真似事をしてたけどね、怪我をした時に目をやっちゃったね。普段の生活には支障はないんだけど大ごとに受け取られちゃって、それ以来は事務屋の仕事ばかりやらされてるんだよ。
Takano-san giggles, and I must say I've done something silly to cause the injury.
それでね、体内の広報誌を作る仕事を手伝った時にイベントの写真撮影で初めてカメラの魅力を知ったんだよ。カメラには人を幸せにする力があるのさ。何を言ってるんだろうって思ってるだろうけど、いやこれは本当なのさ。僕はカメラに触れるようになってから日々に幸せを感じるようになったと思ってるよ。
カメラでどうして幸せになれるのかしら。
カメラというのは日々の生活を切り取って写真にして残すものなんだ。残すくらいなんだから幸せなものを写したいというのは当然だろう。じゃあ幸せなものはどこにあるんだろうとファインダー越しに自分の周りの世界を
I miss Keiichi.
そこには今まで当たり前だと思っていた
I
もの
miss
が
the gang.
実はとても幸せなもの
I
だ
don't
った
miss
んだ
long club games,
気づくことがい
though.
っぱいなんだ。例えば路肩のアスファルトの隙間からけなげに生えている一輪のタンポポだって忙しく通り過ぎる時にはただの雑草に過ぎないけれど、ファインダー越しに覗いた時、それは春の訪れを教えてくれる季節からの素敵な贈り物であったことに気づけるんだよ。 それを写真に収めアルバムに残す。そしてアルバムを再び開くたびにその時の幸せな気持ちが蘇ってくる。
二郎さんは風景や野鳥の撮影をしながらそんな気持ちに浸っているの？
その写真が芸術的かどうかとか賞を取れるような劇的瞬間かどうかなんていう野心的なことは僕にとってあまり重要じゃない。僕たちが気づかない小さな幸せに気づかせてくれる。そこにこそカメラの魅力があるんだと思ってるんだ。だからそんな気持ちでこのひなみ沢をファインダーで覗けることはとても楽しくて幸せなことなんだよ。
I go forward to talk about it most of the time. Talking to playfully twists my words back at me. Very interesting to listen to this. I stand next to me and try to fiddle with my camera. I don't know how much impression I made, but I think he indeed is interested in the cameras. Expecting her to tease me like usual. I'm happy to see this as her
ちょ
reaction.
っと試してみるかい？
私にもできるかしら？
簡単だよ。最初はピントの合わせ方とシャッターの押し方だけ覚えれば十分さ。
ブー、簡単じゃないじゃない。
She's now into his cameras. Wanted to take a walk around Himasawa and take some pictures of the scenery. Fortunately, the rain doesn't seem to stop. She was having fun and kept talking pictures instead of the bus stop. First set of pictures, she took whatever odd things in the little dark building. Since then, every time we meet, we end up walking around the village with a camera in our hands. Oh, what a cute couple. Tomitaki, you walked right into this. I hope you know that. Okay, something mentioned Tomitake having a slight fever, and he said he had that. Okay, Rika, okay. Giro Tomitake's slight fever is required. Frederica's high fever is required. Okay, so let's move on to another starting point. A local explanatory meeting. A local explanatory meeting. Toshi's like, why aren't you choosing me? I'm like, I'll get you, alright? It's been a while since I've had to deal with you. Let me focus on stuff I remember more recently.
でしてダムの建設事業に伴う地域振興や地域産業の育成などですね。
そんなことは聞いてねえっつってんだろ。俺らの誰の断りがあってダムなんか作ろうって言い出したかって聞いてんだ。
Manifest Destiny.
おう、わしらから税金絞るだけ絞っといて、それに対する返事がこれっちゅうんか。あんどりゃ誰の税金で給料もらったんじゃ。
ですから先ほどから申し上げておりますように、
言い訳など聞いちゃならんねえ。いつ計画を中止するんか。お前じゃ話にならん。東京の建設大臣を連れてこい。ここではっきり白黒つけちゃう。
ごめんか、コッパ役人が。
Yuppie.
大体踊れら人様の税金で仕事し、目線で話さんかい、目線で。
Auditorium is full of anger, shouting. Sign at the entrance says, Hinamizawa Dam Construction Explanatory Meeting. Every time the official on the stage tries to say anything, the citizens pack into the room, silence with them to the shouts. If I ignore him, the official continued to explain pros of the dam, but that just further infuriated them. Between the stage and the citizens, there's an open area where a police squad is standing by. If they weren't there, the citizens would jump on the stage and start a riot. I'm watching all this in the back of the auditorium. It's obvious anyone that they're being swallowed by their anger. Become filled with a bloody red rage. The anger that comes from a certain purpose became a purpose in itself, and it creates a vicious cycle where anger leads to more anger. And then anger leads to fear, leads to suffering, suffering leads to hate, leads to anger, blah blah blah. Anger is a necessary emotion for humans. People face many difficulties in their lives. Anger gives them the motivation to fight and conquer such difficulties. Therefore, anger is an essential part of life itself. They will never reject anger itself. However, anger like this goes far beyond normal, making people forget their purpose. It's no longer an essential part of life. As blood rushes to the head, a person can't remember what they've done. They go out of control. These emotions are painful, sad, and difficult to endure. I can clearly see the villagers who lived alongside us turning into demons. State the rules of the human world. The power of the individual can't compare to the power of the government. To be able to fight, an individual needs to be part of a larger unified power. To steer that unified power in the right direction is extremely difficult. The cycle of anger leads to more anger. Not anger that helps you live, but anger that exists for anger. Anger. I need to find a fucking cinnamon. This commotion is capable of violently rousing us to a long, peaceful slumber. Everyone has burst their own anger. Lived peacefully with the villagers while we slept quietly. Now we've awakened. It's like when the world's trying to return to the age when demons set to rise from Onigafuji Swamp. I kept shouting at everyone to get them to calm down, but my voice can't reach them because of the vicious cycle of anger. So I'll continue shouting, hoping one of them will hear my voice. Because if I don't do anything, the demons may awaken. Demons that went to deep sleep may reawaken because of this commotion. Then all of a sudden, the atmosphere changed. Looking up, I saw the angry exchange between the villagers and one of those podiums dissolved in a confrontation between the villagers themselves. What's going on here? Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah, here it comes.
Oh, he personally insulted Oryu.
Yep.
I'm like, son.
He's like, oh, so how bad could it have been?
He called her every slur in the book, Rika. like Satoko's like, what did my dad even do? And Nanu's just standing there, like like an entire fold-out list comes down. I'm like, I want to shout at my screen, no, Hojo-san, don't do it. You don't know what you're doing.
Oh, てめえ、お涼さんと知っててその口聞いとるんかいな。上等切っちゃら名乗るかいよ。ばっかばしがその崎がなんぼのもんじゃい。わしゃ北条じゃ。ご主人着は引っ込んどらんか。おお、北条の生抜かしよった。ようも村を沈めちゃる言えるの。お前なんぼで村行った。黙らんかい死に損ないが。いいんか。南沢には貧乏にも大勢おるん。お前んとこみたいに山に畑をうなるほど持ったら地主とはわけが違う。わしゃあの国の保証金で十分満足しとった。町の公営住宅も手配してくれるっちゅうし、それをオンドレラが全部ちゃぶ台ひっくり返しちゃった。踊れら地主の都合で人まで巻き込むなや。そんなに国と喧嘩せんかったら踊れが一人でやれ。したらん銭は誰が払うんね。踊れかいな。うちはな貧乏だし育ち盛りが二人もおるん。おとなしゅう国から銭をもろうて職を斡旋してもろうて人生再設計ちゅうとこなんや。それを踊れはなんじゃ。いつからお前はわしの代表になったんじゃ。お前そんなに偉いんか。ああ。おうおうおう、北条のようも抜かしたこの裏切り者が。なら村から出てけ出てけ。おう、出ていったらもちろんそれに見合う銭はお前が払うんじゃろうな。わしが国からもらい損ねた銭きっちり都合つけてくれるんじゃろうな。村から出とうとも銭がないんじゃ。踊りが払うんならすぐにでも出たったろわ。北条の言う通りだ。立ち退いてもいいと思ってる住民もいるんだぞ。御三家は俺たちを巻き込むな。おうおう、なんじゃい。今抜かしたのは誰じゃ。名乗らんかボケ。残りたいやつ勝手に残ればいいだろうが。立ち退きも権利じゃ。勝手に人様の権利に干渉すんな。このそうじゃそうじゃ。その先でクソババはすっこんでね。ああ、もちろんダム計画に同意してくださる方には見合う保証を用意いたしております。決して土地の搾取ではありませんので。黙れ役人ポケ。おんどりゃ村真っ二つに策を魂胆かい。死ねや北条。村の空気を吸う資格はねえ。今すぐ息止めて死ね。なめんなボケがぶっ殺したら前に出るクソババ。
Stop it! Stop it! You have no idea what you're doing! Stop it!
I don't know what you're doing.
おーおーおー、引っ込まんかいデカポリ。よー抜かした。よー抜かした北条の。
I don't think I never thought I'd actually see the event where everything went wrong for the whole Joel's Oh my god. It was worse than I thought. I thought he was like, well,
Yeah.
I thought he was like, well, guys, you know, personally, I'm just gonna go, like, I don't mind going. If you guys wanna come with me, I didn't think he had a shouting match with Oyu in the middle of everyone.
王女やれやれ国は俺たちに仕事と住みかと金を与えろ
こらこらやめなさい暴力はお互いやめてやめて
すったらちょっとじゃ恩師が出て今回な
Why is being taken with the
That's why she'd be so reluctant to apologize to them, because she did this in front. They did this in front of everyone.
It was a public disgrace.
Yeah, just fuck you.
I can only watch. Least I can do is to apologize for the tragedy that is about to happen. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Repeated apologies. I'm sorry. This is how things started. From this day onward, the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family will wage a feud against each other. The Hojo family will be ostracized from the village. This marks the beginning of the Satoko and Satoshi's lives of tremendous hardship. Okay, so that start of the Hojo and keyboard, come on. And Sono conflict. Note, there was some repeated apologies. Just gonna keep that noted. You see, Griffin, I'm taking this seriously. Okay. The conflict of the Hojo family and Sazaki family required. Self-introduction to Satoko Hojo is required. Fragments required first. Let's leave an absence. The pressure should the priest. Rock candy. Alright. Satoshi's like staring at me like, why have you spoken to me yet? I haven't seen this since chapter.
You're gonna talk to me at any point? No, please.
Fine. Alright. This fragment was called Satoshi Hojo, right? I'm not crazy? Satoshi.
What?
It was called Satoshi Hojo, right? Yes.
Satoshi Hojo.
The name of the fragment.
Oh, yeah.
My Sika-chan, she said Satoko might have gone up to the mountains behind the shrine. She's fond of going up there. The mountain's covered in trees, vines, logs, fallen logs, and she really likes the area. Any child would dream of having a secret base. And to Satoko, her secret base is the whole mountain. However, the mountains were undeveloped territory, making them a dangerous place that was easy to get lost in. Either brother, I'm a little concerned that she spent so much time on it. Maybe I should worry more myself getting lost since I rarely came here. The mountain became dark quickly with even falls. Can't find her, I should look for her somewhere else.
Satoko!
The only sounds I can, but the woods, my voice doesn't carry that well. According to Mika-chan, she has making secret base in this area. She's going to alone to expand it. What does she mean by expand it? Secret base, she must want anyone to find it. Does that mean she set up some traps? Considering that, I should have noticed traps on the mountain before one got me. Suddenly my foot sunk into the ground and snagged on something like a jump rope tied between the dried leaves. I heard some noise from above, and then a big ball made of branches fell right next to me. And it'd be one of the playful traps Satoko loved. Wasn't so lucky, I'm sure the ball would have hit my head.
あらあらあら、どなたが現れたかと思えば、ニーニーではありませんの。
サトコ、ダメだよこんな遊びは。危ないじゃないか。
この先は危険だから入ってはいけないって営林書の看板がちゃんとあったはずでございましたよ。それを無視する方には素敵なトラップの大歓迎がお待ちしておりましたよ。
As a brother, I should stop her from doing things like this. But when I see her brilliant smile, I can't say anything else. I need to smile in some time.
それよりサトコ、今日は家族みんなで食事に出かけるから、夕方までには家に戻りなさいって言われてたじゃないか。
別に私、お母さんとお父さんが2人で行けばいいんじゃありませんの。行きたければニーニーも一緒に3人で行けばいいんですわ。
まだお父さんのこと怒ってるのかい？
私に灰皿を投げつけましたわ。
違うだろう。
I've been with our previous father. Our current one hasn't done that.
私をベランダに追い出して鍵をかけましたわ。お昼ご飯を抜きにされましたわ。タバコの種類が違うと言われましたわ。好き嫌いはダメだってほっぺたを叩かれましたわ。それから
about our current stepfather. Thinks about all the different stepfathers, mixed themselves. How many stepfathers have you had in the past fucking... How old are you? Word father isn't the word that should be taken lightly. If you don't truly acknowledge a man as your father, how can you call him that? That much of the way is carries. However, just to make things smooth and peaceful, I use the word father even if I didn't want to. Well, it was too difficult, Satoko, young as she was, to be the same. Since Satoko was very little, she's been having troubles with all our stepfathers. She never opened up to her current one. Satoko, a father figure, is no longer someone she can trust. That's true, our current stepfather doesn't have an experience being a parent. So he sometimes gets rather upset with her. But ever since he has with Satoko called the child abuse hotline, our stepfather regretted his mistake and tried to communicate with her. My mother realized how much Satoko suffered emotionally when it was pointed out by the social worker. She was doing her part in trying to bring Satoko back into the family. But Satoko completely refused to even try. It's understandable, though. Her childhood has been filled with misery. Satoko can only open up to me. So I have to be the one and only family member she can trust, otherwise she'll be all alone in this world. But her brother and sister alone can't be considered a family. Even if we don't get along now, if we continue to communicate even in a small way, maybe we become a real family someday.
サトコ、今のお父さんはだんだん優しくなってきたよ。サトコと仲直りしたいっていつも言ってる。
そんなの聞いたことありませんわ。
お父さんがそれを言おうとするとサトコが逃げちゃうからだよ。お父さんももっとサトコと話をしたがってる。もうかぼちゃを無理やり食べさせたりはしないって言ってたよ。
嘘ですわ。かぼちゃを食べるまでは食卓から逃がさないって言われて、椅子にビニール紐で縛られましたわ。
Again, she doesn't talk about her current stepfather. What the fuck is he?
Satoko.
What is Satoko's mother's luck with men? Holy shit!
She couldn't get a good man, I guess.
今日行かないと無効になっちゃう。
ニーニーだけで行けばいいんですわ。私は一人でお留守番してるの。
But also, Satoko didn't really help.
Yeah, but like this,
Yeah.
tied in a chair, having an ashtray thrown at her. That's like,
Yeah.
blame.
I mean, that's entirely the yeah.
You're
the dad.
blaming the child, Griffin. I see how it
Yes,
is.
I am.
Because she's a
Fuck that
girl.
child.
I think she's just gonna stay out playing this late. She knows we're going out, and that's why she was out here alone. Although I wanted to snap at Satoko and control myself, because she only has me. Can't scare
と
her.
にかくサトコ、帰ろう。食事に一緒に行くかどうかは帰ってから決めてもいいんじゃないかな。それにサトコに案内してもらわないと僕家に帰れない。
ニーニー、あれだけ何度も一緒に連れてってあげましたのに、まだここが覚え。まったくしょうがないニーニーですわね。
But holds out her hand. She often said she's embarrassed to hold my hand in front of people, but she's holding out her hand right now. Look at that hand. It was a fragile hand. I have to protect her as a big brother.
帰ろう、サトコ。
ええ。
Save the video game. Save the video game. Should be doing this regularly. Okay.
So, how do you want to break this up for episodes?
I'm gonna go on a little bit further.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna be wrapping it up soon.
Okay.
Sense of responsibility. I think that's what that was. Sense of responsibility. Burn, can you please drink anything else besides plum juice wine? It's making my nose drop. No. Okay.
No. Never was.
Sins, mysterious death. The tea set on the veranda being put away is required. Is that what she was just referring to?
Hmm?
The tea set on the veranda being put away is required. That's what got her past stepfather to throw something at her. A conflict between the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family is required. I can watch that one.
There you go.
Frederica. Let's have to go to my grocery store for my mother. Let's go just going there too. So we go there together. Since our shopping list became easy to guess what the other family would have for dinner. Right, Satoko's family has grilled fish and cooked vegetables. We're having Salisbury steak.
あら、ハンバーグとは羨ましいですわね。私、魚はともかく煮物というのがちょっと怖いんですのよ。先日買ったかぼちゃがまだだいぶ残ってるみたいなんですもの。
Pumpkin's not exactly the most typical vegetable I hear people get fed.
かわいそうなのです。あらかじめかぼちゃが出てくると分かっているのも憂鬱でございますわね。はあ。突然かぼちゃを出されても怒るくせに贅沢なさとこなのです。リカにだって少しは嫌いな食べ物があるはずですわよ。そういえばリカ、大福とかシュークリームとか甘いものが嫌いだったんではございませんこと？別に嫌いではないのです。意地悪で食べないだけなのですよ。食べる気なら何個でも食べられちゃいますのです。パンプキンパイだって美味しくいただけますのですよ。
リパ
ー。リカだけ好き嫌いがないなんてずるいですわ。
I think this is how I have fun. Satoko's my best friend. I usually like grocery shopping, but with Satoko I make it into an enjoyable evening stroll. An area of the supermarket is grocers and gift shops, forming a little shopping district. The grocery store is busy this time of day. All the housewives in Himbazawa gather here to shop. Satoko and I have different things to buy. We decided to do our shopping separately. Alright, she mentions whenever they go grocery shopping, they would be mean to Satoko.
Yeah.
ニパー、僕はお買い物ができる偉い子なのです。
そうかそうか、リカちゃまは偉いな。ほら、偉い子のご褒美にこれをあげよう。
Some candies for the owners with occasional asthma attacks inside a sea full of change handing in the front. I'm sorry, that entire sentence fell apart. There were several candies for the owner's occasional asthma attack inside a sea full of change hanging in the front. That... What the fuck?
Wow.
I'm not...
They wanted to write a tongue twister, yeah.
I'm not...
Most people think I'm reading this, you know, in their head, so...
I know, I'm just saying, like, that sentence is weird, right? Like, I got...
Oh, of course, yes.
I was like, I'm not stupid for, like, stumbling over every word and, like, trying to figure out how this fucking works. Gave it to me. Favorite flavor, strawberry milk. Oh, I remember strawberry candy. Okay. Candy, strawberry milk. You really gotta be paying attention to every single fucking exchange in this goddamn fragments. Got a lot of fun out teasing Satoko, making her jealous. She always overreacts, so I can never get bored with her.
Oh yeah? リカちゃまのところは今日は何だい？豚のひき肉だと。
ハンバーグなのですよ。お花の形の目玉焼きを乗っけてケチャップでお絵かきをするのです。
それはいいね。
I enjoyed that conversation with filling my shopping basket. But then I overheard some woman whispering. To talk about something that's a little harsh. How about Satoko? How long do these village traders plan to stay here? They should just leave. They don't even have guts to go shopping themselves. Make their daughter do it instead. The woman went on and on. Ever since the Hojo family and the Sonozaki family got in a huge fight at an explanatory meeting for the dam project, the whole family has been ostracized within the village. First, there was a significant number of families in favor of leaving the Hojos, but the main bridge of Sonozaki led a push to completely solidify the village opinion, and that tone, unified resistance grew stronger until the pro-evacuation families steadily grew quiet. For aspect of Sonozaki and Kimiyoshi, 2 to 3 families publicly has also played an effort too. The Sonozaki family, the Hojo family, into example to ensure there were no more pro-evacuation supporters. The ancestors of the village have lived here for generations, and the villagers also know themselves will be buried in this village. There has been put a lot of pressure on them. Who did to make the Hojo family the leader of the pro-evacuation group at the explanatory meeting? I see people no longer saying anything, they joined in harassing the Hojo family. The harassment they faced and became pressure from the entire village. The Hojo family is hardly wealthy, and been paid by the town council fees in a long time. When things were peaceful, nobody said anything about it. But now that the wind was blowing different, the Hojo family was asked to pay off all their late council fees immediately. It wasn't an amount they could afford, but Hojos recognized the fight and was being picked with them, and they responded to it. Instead, the Hojo family quit the town council, but that only played right into villagers' evil plans. Making an enemy of the town council meant facing vicious harassment. For example, the place the Hojos dumped their trash was a provisional dumping site established by the town council and waste management department. Under the council agreement, only council members could use it. Even since the day the Hojo family quit the council, the trash bags were returned to their front door. Furthermore, all the bags were torn. On top of the sign where the French road near the Hojo family said private road, no trespassing, only council members permitted. The 7-old man stood and guarded the road, saying that he would not let any of the members pass through. Private road is private property open to the public, so it looks like a normal road. However, any private property, the owner can forbid anyone else to pass through within the lake. More and more, the villager plotted on vicious harassment. Fear of antagonism spread throughout the village, and people became afraid that if they supported the Hojo family, they go through the same thing. It made the Hojo family even more isolated. The grown-ups haven't told their kids about what's going on, so Satoko wasn't harassed in any way at school. But it wasn't hard to imagine she probably spent her days feeling anxious so she could hardly breathe. Even the women whispering here aren't saying anything directly to Satoko. It's not like she doesn't notice them muttering cold stares. When did this village become so cold towards her? Her best friend is very sad for me. Satoko's shopping experience is nothing like mine. I'll buy things, I get treats or discounts, but that doesn't happen to Satoko. Contrary, she served last on purpose, and sometimes shop owners pretend they don't hear her. Obviously, people don't want to have anything to do with her. Satoko had been weaving through the house while I was cried in the shop, telling the fishmonger that she wanted, but she was getting ignored. I tried to keep her smile and pretend she doesn't mind, but I know. It was far too painful for her to endure. At that point, Satoko dropped her coins on the ground. Maybe her finger got stuck at something when she was trying to put the change back into her wallet. I ran through the crowd to help her pick them up, but as I did, I noticed something. Satoko dropped a lot of coins, so I was trying to pick them all up. But nobody's helping her. It's not just that, it's almost like they're acting like they didn't even see her there. Satoko wasn't expecting anyone to help her, since she's the one who dropped them. But, there's so many people around, and not even one is trying to aid her.
Satoko, 僕も拾いますですよ。大丈夫ですわよ、リカ。
Reaction is all I need to tell how hurt she is. Furthermore, when I started to help Satoko, with the housewife started to pick the coins too, as a natural thing to do. But they can only help if a shrine made it for their family does? If I didn't help, they would have disregarded her completely. The fact is that people helped only because I hurt Satoko even more. Grab the coins from the housewives without thanking them. I'd rather spit at them than do that.
What a bunch of
assholes!
Like no life. Like, yeah, just no life fucking losers.
Picking on a little kid.
Literally, like, how much of a fucking, like, how much does your life have to not matter before, like, for you to do this? It's so stupid.
Yeah, and like the fact that everyone knows her on sight, like they recognize her personally. To an extent, people will talk about that too. Satoko forced out words of gratitude. So I looked down at her blank expressions. I can't stand this. And what Satoko's going through right now. Grabbed Satoko's arm and pulled her away. I was frustrated, sad, and bitter. What has Satoko done? Reality is just too cruel. Everyone loves me, but I can't share that love with Satoko. Satoko must be wondering why people treat me so differently. I should have come shopping with her. Or rather, I should have done her shopping instead. Satoko.
なんですのリカ、風にをばらまいてしまってかわいそうなのです。なので、これはサトコへの残念賞なのですよ。
I wanted to at least ease her pain a little bit, so I pulled out the strawberry milk candy I just received. Satoko refused to take it.
その飴はリカがもらったものではありませんの。
My hand froze. She saw me getting this candy.
渡した人だってリカに食べてほしいと思って渡したんですわ。だから私が食べたら失礼ですわよ。
Satoko turned her back on me and kept walking. Without even saying goodbye, she continued on for her house with the shopping bags in her hands. I only wanted to ease her pain, but I ended up rubbing salt in her wound. How can I call myself her best friend? If I could, I would crush the candy right there. Okay, let's try to do one more fragment.
Okay.
I'm doing good so far, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you haven't gotten one wrong, right?
Would it tell me if I got it wrong?
It would. You would have a. It would tell it very, very clearly you cannot see it.
It would shoot me.
Yes, exactly.
Strawberry milk candy is required. Sonozaki Mion. No. Nope. Wait. No, I meant to hit the notes tab. Sonozaki Mion. Mion-san, your friend is here. Heard the housekeeper's voice. Our house and the front yard are huge, so unlike normal houses, ringing a doorbell or yelling my name repeatedly, asking to play, won't work. She seemed very bitter about that last part, Mion.
どなたです？
God, I feel like it's been forever since I heard you speak.
あー、来たね来たね。バッチャにリカちゃまが来たって伝えてもらえます？多分あっちの縁側にいると思います。私はスイカを引き上げてきますね。
Watermelon. See, it was a good thing I took a look through all the things, descriptions first. Watermelon. It's called the fruit of the house a short time ago. Rika-chan here has pick up one. Did she come here on a bicycle? I can't remember if she has a big enough basket. I pushed the watermelon from the well without thinking about that. The cold water in the well has refrigerated the watermelon, and the condensation makes it look delicious. The 3 members of the family will enjoy it for at least 2 nights.
Me?
So every time we see Rika, she's already in the time loop, right?
僕はてっきり。
Griffin?
Well,
Every time we
yeah.
see Rika here, she's already in the time loop, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
we're never gonna see Rika pre-time loop, I assume.
Right. No.
Okay. I was like, those are very mature thoughts she was having. But then again, all these kids have very mature thoughts with or without a time loop. So I asked the bicycle, go and hold the watermelon. It was too dangerous to ride a bicycle while holding it in her hand.
ミオン、お前リカちゃまんちまで超持ってたらな。スイカ片手んな自転車なんこがれんて。
みー、僕だってスイカくらい持てますのですよ。
あー、危な。リカちゃまに何かあったらお社様に申し訳立てんねん。うちのミオンが運ぶんね。任せたったら。
はいはい、任せられたったら。じゃあついでに神主さんにご挨拶でもしてこようかね。
No matter where she rides or pushes the bicycle, Rika-chan's hands will be occupied. So I'm going to carry the watermelon. The sky is returning auburn in the sunset. The cool breeze feels good on my sandaled feet. The plastic bag I'm carrying contains the watermelon. And also some small bags of rock candy. And small bags of rock candy. Father will take them to enjoy the rock candy. Rika-chan is an exception. Whenever kids from our neighborhood come to our house for errands, Granny gives them some treats. Actually, that's a pretty common rule here in Himizawa. Unless you're a Satoko fucker. But sometimes the parents will watch and sometimes will fight over against a circular notice in the next house over. So these bags of rocks and candies are like tips for them. Of course she doesn't normally give out this much. So it's just a little piece of it. Granny's being extremely nice to Rika-chama.
僕だけこんなにいろいろお駄賃をもらうと他の人に悪い気がしますです。別に気にすることないんじゃない？お駄賃は好意みたいなもんなんだもん。変に断るよりは子供らしくありがとうって言って笑顔を見せる方がよっぽどいいと思うけどね。みーはお駄賃をよくもらいますですか？昔はね。でもさすがにこの年になったらもらわなくなったな。今もらうとなんとか子供扱いされてるみたいでかえってカチンとくるかな。なんてね。僕は子供扱いなのです。いいじゃんいいじゃん。もらえるうちにもらっとけばいい。私くらいになれば欲しくてももらえなくなるんだからさ。
Talk about ordering things. I noticed Rika-chan seemed a little sad.
どうしたの
？Everyone's a
お
dick.
買い物に行ってもよ
That's
くお駄
what's
賃に
wrong.
飴をもらいますが、さとこは一緒に行ってももらえませんです。
Saying so many reasons why. Not only because Satoko, but everyone in Hojo family is being treated poorly in Himizawa. The son of the Aki family is the one who instigated that. 2 damn supporters have died in the accident already. But the malice against the Hojo family is still going. It's directed against Satoko and Satoshi, their children. and the aunt and uncle who are taking care of them. Okay, so we're year 3. The big fight between the Hojo family and Satoko family explanatory meeting started all of this. That was the Hojo couple, and it shouldn't have anything to do with the children and their aunt and uncle. But the idea that the Hojo family are traitors evolved in its own, therefore anyone bearing the Hojo name is to be treated poorly. The aunt and uncle weren't damn supporters. So over and over the attacks towards them should have stopped. But they're rather odd, and they keep having trouble with their neighbors. But they're also dicks. They follow community rules and do community duties, and they spray pesticide while the neighbor's laundry is still hanging outside. Assholes! Get off the fights the other villagers. They hit it beam without the dam. Therefore, the Hojo family continues to be treated poorly. But none of that should have anything to do with Satoko and Satoshi. Satoko and Satoshi are often depressed at school. I tried to leave the conflict between the two families aside, but I wonder how they're really feeling about that. From the point of view, I'm just another member of the family that keeps harassing them.
せめて学校にはそんな雰囲気を持ち込ませたくない。だから私はそういう風に振る舞ってるつもりだよ。
それを学校の中だけでなく外にも広げるにはどうしたらいいのですか?
That'd be pretty difficult. We need someone with a really, really, really high charisma stat. Do you know anyone like that? No, exactly. You can't say even one person's destined to end the hostilities just because the events around the dam are history now. On the contrary, that would just put them in the same position. Fortunately for Satoko and Satoshi, the only thing they can do now is patiently wait until the issue withers away. What can I do for them to provide an oasis until that day comes?
では、聡子たちはいつまで耐え忍べばいいのですか?
わかんない。ダム戦争は数年に及んだ。その時に押された烙印を払拭するんだから、それと同じ年数はかかるかもしれないね。
それはつまり、聡子たちが大人になるまで誰にも許してもらえないということですか? 聡子が子供のうちはずっと村中から冷たい目で見られていろということですか?
それはあまりにも辛いね。
Very.
みー、僕たちは聡子やサトシの仲間なのですよね。
そうだよ。私にとってだって二人は友達だよ、仲間だよ。
なら僕たちの仲間を救うために僕たちに何かできることはないのでしょうか?
私たちに何ができるんだろうね。
Even if the Sonozaki family declares the damn conflict is over, the Hojo family no longer outcasts. That won't solve the problem. It's not that simple. In the first place, Granny hates the Hojo family and won't suffer their name to be mentioned in her presence. That matter of someone forgiving another. It's a matter of very complicated times between the people in this village. It's absolutely terrifying to have them as your enemies. Everyone knows that very well, and that's why they maintain good relationships with their neighbors. However, you make enemies out of them, you have to face the consequences. That is the unwritten law of the Japanese community. Sonozaki family is part of this unwritten law. Now the Hojo family are outcast, even the Sonozaki family can overturn the situation.
ひなみ沢のことはひなみ沢の人間にはどうしようもないということなのでしょうか?
悲しいけど、そういうこともあるかもしれない。もし聡子を救う人が現れてくれるとしたら、それは村のしがらみにとらわれない、そういう人なんだろうね。でもそんな人村にはいない。
村の外から誰かが助けに来なければ救われないということですか?
Ika-san says a knight in shining armor from the outside world would come here. That person bringing new wind into the village has been filled with stale air for 100 years. No way. That's just wishful thinking. Time will solve the problem someday. Who could possibly come here and solve their suffering? Can't think of anything else we can do for them. If Zika-chan and I crunch on a rock candy, we can pray to people forgive Satoko and family sooner, rather than later. Rika-chan gently broke the heavy silence.
きっと。
え?
きっと村の外からしがらみにとらわれない人がやってきます。
そうだね。ダム戦争も終わったんだから、また分譲地に外から人が引っ越してきてくれるといいね。近い年の転校生とか来れば楽しいだろうに。
来ます、きっと。そして彼と力を合わせて私たちは村の悪兵を打ち破るのです。それが私たちの未来を閉ざす3つの錠前に対する最初の鍵。
え？何それ？なんかの小説？
Chad says something odd things sometimes. She talks like this way, she seems mature. I started to say she's really younger than I am. There's no reasonable antagonism between the Hojo family. Will there really be someone from the outside who will shatter all our old traditions? Alright. Ryuga family's move required. Wild man from the Sonozakis. Ryuga family move first, Kriya's curse, web capsule. Fragments required first. Is that the last? Wait. Okay. Is there any more? This fragment is required first. Okay, you know what? Let's just. Alright. I know I said last time, but this is the last.
Yeah.
This is the last of this fragment is required first. So
Okay.
let's do this to end things off. I feel like that gives us a good jumping off point. Alright. Hojo. Satoko. Self-introduction. I'm gonna sneeze. I hit the mute button just in time. But Hojo is my current father's family name. I was also Satoko Hatake, Satoko Yoshizawa, and Satoko Matsuru because of my previous fathers. So you've had 4 fathers? 4 years ago. So I used to be called Hojo-san. Someone calls me Satoko, then I know the person's talking to me. Man, the name that's cursed her isn't even the name she's most used to. Sato's name is using since I was born. I don't understand why my mother keeps getting married and divorced. If she's going to get a divorce, why does she get married? If she's married, then why did she get a divorce? I asked her before, but Tan's situation answers were different. When I asked her when she was married, she got angry. So after she got divorced, she cried. I don't understand what the meaning of marriage. So I have no interest in drawing pictures of bride in a wedding dress. I don't think I'll ever get married. I don't want to keep changing my child's last name. My teacher once asked if I liked my mother. I think it was when I was in kindergarten in Okonomiya. That was a very difficult question. Because sometimes I loved her very much, and sometimes I hated her very much. I couldn't decide. When my mother was nice, she smiled at all the time. She made us happy. She thanked me for being her daughter. When my mother wasn't nice, she frowned all the time. She was treating my brother and me very poorly. Told me I should have never been born. My teacher asked if I liked my father. That was a very easy question, because I always hated him very much, no matter who he was. New fathers always treated me nicely at first, now as if I was their real daughter. She told me I couldn't think of them as a real father. You couldn't be my real father. Besides, I don't even know my real father's face. How could I recall them my father? I don't know. That's disgusting. Right before divorce, my father's always became irritated with me. They treated me like a cockroach. They told me they didn't have money to feed me. They threw things at me and they locked me out on the veranda. I told them I could forget about that because I was all in the past. I think that was a different teacher from a different school. Apparently that's true, because ever since Hojo became my father, my mother has been smiling. I haven't seen them get in a fight as I've seen this happen just before a divorce. They have little arguments here and there, but those don't lead to divorce, and they always make up. But I'm sure they'll get a divorce sooner or later. They'll be the same old stuff with the family court, divorce settlements, the night flight, child support. Who knows how long this Hojo will be my father, so I don't even feel like calling him that. He also treated me as well at first. I didn't call him father even after he asked me repeatedly, he became irritated. They'll get a divorce soon. When my father gets in this mood, a divorce is on the way. Divorce is my mother's turn to be irritated with me. Then she'll tell me she should have had me or she couldn't be happy because of me. Why is my existence causing problems for my mother? I asked my brother and he told me, if you have a children, it's not easy to find someone to get married with. My mother, marriage is a very important job, so I can't understand having children around will cause problems. The You finally understand the reason why I'm a nuisance to her. I asked my brother something else. Why are children hated by new fathers? That's simple. That's because family members all have different roles. The mother's job is to love her children, the father's job is to love the mother. That means I'm a nuisance to both my mother and my father. My brother is more mature than me, so they don't look down on him as a nuisance. Why is that a different color? Maybe I am. No, maybe I'm definitely a nuisance. So I now know. Both my mother and my father want me dead. If they kill me, they'll be caught. Oh, it's you know.
You know why it's a different.
It's the syndrome acting up.
Yeah.
I mean, they won't kill me. I'll look down the cliff, and if no one was around, my mother and father would push. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Griffin. Oh no. In all this time, I never considered the possibility Satoko's the one who killed her mother and father.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The whole time you're like, oh, did Satoko kill her aunt?
No, Satoshi definitely killed her aunt. His aunt, like,
yeah.
110%.
Of course.
Oh my god, she killed her own mother and father.
Yes, she did.
My father has become abnormally nice to me recently. He started to act that way ever since I made the fake call. It's part of the plot to kill me, so I won't let them trick me. I'm sorry. Lately, when I listen very carefully, I hear a voice apologizing. The voice sounds similar to mine. Her mother be telling her that should have been born. Sorry, but I won't apologize like that. I'll live. I'm going to strike back. I'll kill before I get killed. I'm sorry. Fuck me, man. All the time, I never even considered that a possibility.
Yep.
She was always there.
Yeah.
Satoshi. Okay, the Hojo siblings. That'll be the next thing we go to. Because the conflict introduced, a self-introduction of Satoko is required. But we should stop there and probably save it for a day where we have a good amount of time.
Yeah.
How many do we have? How many are highlighted right now? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, we have 9 out of 50. So we're 1/5 there. I don't want to stop, but I feel like I need to. I can't. This is the section I can't burn out on.
Yeah.
Because I need my full concentration. Boy. So, any final words?
I think I'm good.
Here, I can show. Let me, I'll show you afterwards, but let me show the viewer, what my notes page currently looks like. Nope, that's not OBS. That's OBS. Entire screen. This is what I have right now. We'll see how this goes along with each episode. But yeah, until then, have a gay old time, y'all. Peace.